call to order the Guthrie Public Schools Board of Education regular monthly meeting for Monday, March 6, 2017. Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Here.
Bennett Johnson.
Here.
Salee.
Here.
Pearson.
Here.
Pennington.
Here.
Davis. Here. Watts.
Here.
Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Now, if you would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we begin our meeting, let us pause for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Agenda item 6, seating of a new board member, the oath of office.
I state your name,
I, Gina Davis,
hereby declare under oath
hereby declare under oath
that I will faithfully perform the duties
that I will faithfully perform the duties
as a member
as a member
of the Board of Education
as the Board of Education
of the Guthrie Public Schools
of the Guthrie Public Schools
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
all of the duties
all of the duties
pertaining to said office
as pertaining to the said office
and obey the Constitution
and obey the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the state of Oklahoma.
and the state of Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Just a reminder to the other, to the audience and the rest of the board, Mr. Pennington was reelected by acclamation without facing an opponent, and does not, it's not necessary that he be sworn in since he was sworn in for his first term.
Agenda item number 7, recommendation, consideration, and vote on reorganization of the board. We have any motions for the president?
Madam President, I'd like to nominate our current Vice President, Jennifer Johnson, for
Second.
President.
Sorry, second. Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 7B, election of first vice president. If anybody wants to make just a catch-all, or if you want to do them one at a time, we can do them however you want.
Madam President, I'd like to nominate Travis Salee for first vice president.
Second. Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Nomination of second vice president. I would like to nominate Tina Smedley.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Election of the board clerk. I would like to nominate Janae Pearson.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
And agenda item 7E, election of deputy board clerk.
Madam President, I'd like to nominate Sharon Watts.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
And now we will play switcheroo.
Yes.
I think you stay there.
See ya.
Jennifer?
Change of scenery. Change of scenery.
Okay, I have to leave my pencil.
Yes. Sorry. Let me get yours for you.
No, that's it right there.
There's that cheat sheet.
That's your cheat sheet. Oh, sorry. I need my posters. Is yours? Yeah. Turned it off, so no, but it's good. I need my poster. I need my poster. Excuse me.
It's in, yeah, it's by your iPad.
Thanks. Yeah. How can I put it in or something?
Sign of distress.
Yeah. Yes, like the American flag. Okay. Sorry, I'm good.
Okay, agenda item number 8, presentation by Mr. Brian Billings from Sonic of East Guthrie.
Mr. Billings and Mr. Rainwater, if you'll come up. Just a reminder to the board and the audience that on an annual basis, Sonic, one of our tremendous community partners, has been very generous. And we have, over the last few years, had a drawing each year for one school site to receive a generous amount of money that they can use for educational items in their building. And the winner this year was Guthrie Junior High. And so, Brian, if you want to. Brian, you want to tell everybody how much is in that?
$7,000.
Yeah.
We got one more next year, and then maybe we'll stick with what we're doing. Maybe we'll try something new. Maybe we'll go back to the $1,000 for all the schools. But we're not going to stop doing it because we know how important it is. We know how much you enjoy it. Everybody likes getting money.
Yes.
So thank you very much for your support of me. I'm happy to help you. Again, I extend my hand if y'all need anything for anything. Come to me, and I could probably make it happen some way, form, or another. So thank you very much, and enjoy it.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Agenda item number 9, Kiwanis presentation.
Mr. Gamble. Mr. Gamble has generously offered to stay for the entire duration of the board meeting.
Wrong again. Kiwanis started just a couple of years ago. The local Kiwanis started to hand out the Sophomore of the Year. And the kids to win this, they go through an application process just like you would if you were going to try to get a scholarship for college or something. So it's a pretty good deal. And if you'd ever read one of these, it is amazing the things that this girl has written in her application and all the different things that she's done in the process to get here. From 7th grade, she was in Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Builders Club, National Junior Honor Society, and Family and Career and Community Leaders of America. And in her 8th grade year, she was the president of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Builders Club, and National Junior Honor Society. And I was going to let her tell you about a couple of the other things that she's been doing with the Mu Alpha.
Alpha Theta.
Okay.
Currently, I'm serving as the Guthrie FFA chapter secretary, as well as the Guthrie Mu Alpha Theta chapter secretary. And something that the Guthrie FFA has been doing, this is the 3rd annual Blue Ribbon Champion Classic. And this is a Special Jays livestock show that we do for the Special Jays within our community. This year, we had a record breaking of 17 kids that came out, many of them who have never had the opportunity to walk an animal, a hog, or a lamb, to even be around livestock in that sort of manner. So that's something that I have the privilege of partaking in and serving our chapter in our community in that sort of way. As well as with Mu Alpha Theta, we tutor at 3 different schools 3 days of the week. And I have the privilege to go around and tutor different kids whether it be at the junior high or at Fogarty or even at the high school. We have kids come in, and I have the privilege to be able to serve in the community with helping better their mathematical skills.
So obviously, she's already started community service. So the award is a $250 check that she can spend any way she wishes. And the International Kiwanis will actually send her a plaque. So, and we'll try to give that to her at one of our regular meetings. But thank you very much.
Bye,
Hi, Jerry.
Agenda item number 9, presentation certified as board employee of the month.
Mr. Ogle?
We're going to back up a little bit to January. Our certified employee of the month was at a sick child, if you guys remember correctly. And so we're going to have Leslie Inman come up, and she's going to present Kristen Hooper. So Kristen, come on up. And she will get a plaque and a $25 Sonic gift card to the Lions Club.
I nominated Ms. Hooper because I think that she has great rapport with our students. She's always willing to help and step in when needed. She works very diligently to keep up her own paperwork and help me in the classroom with regular classroom stuff. And she's been very dependable, always positive, and it's really been an honor to have you in my classroom. And we hope to stay together next year. Mr. Rainwater lets us. Here's your plaque.
Now we're back on track to our February support employee of the month. Marty Jones nominated Carrie Jared. Marty, I believe, is at a show in Enid or a sale in Enid, and so he's going to have Mr. LeGrand present the plaque and the Sonic gift card. So, you guys want to come on up?
I'm honored to present this to Mrs. Jared, and as Mr. Ogle said, I am filling in tonight for Mr. Jones, who is in Enid at one of the sales from the Northwest show that they just completed. But what I will do is read what Mr. Jones has written, and now I'm going to reiterate some of these things as well, because I am proud to say that we have a secretary that moved out of state, and Mrs. Jared filled in and has done so very admirably. And so this is what Mr. Jones had to say. I'm honored to nominate Mrs. Carrie Jared for the Employee of the Month. I promise you will not find someone who is more devoted to her job. She has gone above and beyond her contract to ensure our school remains successful. We are privileged as ag teachers to have such a wonderful high school attendance secretary. Without Mrs. Jared, we'd be hard pressed to receive all that we have over the last 3 years. I cannot tell you the number of times she corrected my attendance mistakes or did so with a smile, even though I knew better. Her dedication to the success of not only our students, but to every student who passes through Guthrie High School rings loud as you enter the office. After school, she can be found devoting her time to making every parent, student, staff member comfortable. Most recently, she has served as a substitute for the main office secretaries, again going above and beyond. Her smile and attitude are contagious, which adds life to the office she serves. I mentioned earlier that I was honored to nominate Mrs. Jared as Employee of the Month, and I know without a shadow of a doubt she is the perfect example of a model employee and a true Guthrie Blue Jay. Please consider Mrs. Jared as the February Employee of the Month. And so, again, I'm very honored to present her this award on behalf of Mr. Jones, and again, she is very deserving of this award.
And next up, part of the job I really like is because some of the people don't have any idea that they're getting this. And so hiding people in the back so they can come out and honor them. Jeff Ball will be reading. He nominated Susan. So Susan, come on up.
Your fan club is here.
She turned around and she saw Bobby show up and she goes, "What is Bobby Davidson doing here?" I might get reprimanded for this.
We got your back, Jeff.
Thank you. Susan Davidson has filled many roles with Guthrie Public Schools. Math teacher, assistant principal, head principal at various sites. I've had the opportunity to teach with her at Guess, and now for the last 3 of years as assistant principal. This year has been very hard on Susan with the loss of both of her parents. She has held it together for us with class and dignity. Although we know that the struggles that she has with these deaths, we have still looked to her for guidance. She has helped us in other times of need. Not one time have I heard her say, "Why me?" or "I just can't do that." Even with her dad in the hospital, she spent half of a Saturday buying food for another staff member who had lost a parent as well. When something has not gone to plan, she would be the first to say it is her fault and step up to the plate. She has shown me how to handle things in the face of adversity. She is always the first to hand out compliments to her staff members and thank them for a job well done. But it is Susan who deserves the accolades. She is usually the last employee to leave the school at the end of the day, just to make sure that the calls were returned and emails were sent out. She leads by example and has set the bar high for others. They want a picture with us.
Chris, do you care?
Thank you, ladies, for your outstanding service. Agenda item number 11, comments to the board by registered citizens,
We have none.
board members. Agenda item number 12, superintendent's report.
I have several items that I want to cover tonight, but the first one is not the best news of the evening. And February 21st, the state officially declared a revenue failure. Cut to our state aid totals just over $220,000 for the 2016-17 fiscal year at this time. We're continuing to monitor all sources to better understand the cuts we can expect for the remainder of the fiscal year and preparing for next year. Mr. Schultz and I have been watching this very closely. We will continue to do so until we understand the full implications of the cuts as they potentially could be going down the road. We're going to be just studying this very closely. We have many of the measures that we put in place last year for cost savings throughout the year are still in place. And we talked at length during the Finance Committee about these issues, and so we will give you updates as we have them, and I'll continue to do that through email as well as at board meetings. On to better news. I hope you've had the opportunity to drive by Central Elementary and view the progress on the new window installation. It is going along smoothly, and it is really transformative to the outside of that building.
That's right.
They're close to being done with the front, and then they'll move on to the second story, I believe, next week. Also, the Elementary Transition Committee will meet for the first time tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. We'll work on orienting the committee to the upcoming transitions and provide them with a historical background of how we got to this point in our district, and then begin to identify challenges that we need to be prepared to address going forward. I want to issue a congratulations to McKelty Gillum and the GHS band program for selling the third place winner in the local Oklahoma Music Association raffle. The prize, which was a $3,000 trumpet, went to Patsy Whedon. Ms. Whedon donated a trumpet back to the GHS band. So kudos for the band there.
Yes.
And the final item that I wanted to discuss, Mr. Benson, if you'll do the honors. There's a picture I have up here. This afternoon I received an email from Ms. Davison, ironically, that I want to read to you. In January, Laura Benham's students attended a clinic with the Thunder Blue players. They later contacted the Special Olympics organizer and was directed to Laura Benham. They wanted to know Deshaun's story. He has that type of personality that you fall in love with, and he knows everyone in the room within 10 minutes. Deshaun and his brother received a private invitation to attend the practice with the Thunder Blue today. Attached are a couple of photos that were taken. A little bit about Deshaun. At his young age of 13, he is a 2-time cancer survivor. He was diagnosed at 2.5 years of age and at age 5. He was the recipient of the GHS Pink Week a few years ago. According to his mother, he has already received the maximum amount of chemo that is allowed in one's lifetime. He's a very special kid with one of the biggest smiles I have ever seen. Thanks, Susan. And that was the subject line, if I remember right, was just something to brighten your day. So I wanted to share that. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, sir. Agenda item number 13, the consent agenda. Are there any items that need to be?
Madam President, I make a motion or ask that you remove item 13A from the consent agenda.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Go ahead, go for it. I move we approve the consent agenda. Second.
Excluding,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Agenda item 8.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
roll call, please.
Yes, sir.
Still second.
Oh, still second.
Second, excluding, oh.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
I make a motion that we approve consent agenda item 13A.
There.
We have a second. Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Abstain.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
6 ayes and 1 abstention.
Agenda item number 14, the business agenda, recommendation, consideration, and action upon contract renewal with the Municipal Accounting Systems, Inc. for providing software and support for financial accounting, personnel, child nutrition, and student information programs, including student grade books. They're on pages 34 through 45 of the agenda.
This is an annual renewal that runs, this software runs a vast portion of our district's data. And if you have questions, Dennis Schultz will answer them. I recommend approval.
I make a motion we approve item 14.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Item 14B, recommendation, consideration, and action upon request for special education students to attend the State Special Olympics Summer Games, May 17th through 19th, 2017, page 46 of your agenda.
It's an annual item that we bring to the board as our, to get the board's blessing on our Special Olympians as they travel to Stillwater. Recommend approval.
I make a motion that we approve the request for special education students to attend State Special Olympics Summer Games, May 17th through the 19th, 2017.
Second?
Any discussion? I did have a comment on this one. I work at OSU, and Special Olympics in Stillwater is huge, and it is such a wonderful event that we're glad to be a part of.
Great.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Item 14C, recommendation, consideration, action upon K through 8 remedial summer school program, page 47 of your agenda.
This is an annual item that we bring to the board that authorizes our summer school program. Recommend approval, and Carmen Walters will answer any questions the board might have.
I make a motion, we approve the K through 8 remedial summer school program.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Item 14D, recommendation, consideration, and action upon a 10-cent increase for all paid student breakfast and lunch meals, pages 48 through 53 in the agenda.
We review this on an annual basis, and we bring to you the recommendations to increase the meals by 10 cents for the lunch and also breakfast. And recommend approval. We have Dennis or Jessica is here if you have questions.
I make a motion that we approve the 10-cent increase for all paid student breakfast and lunch meals.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 15, proposed executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of personnel, FMLA request, resignation and separation from employment, and transfer of position requests as all set out by the personnel reports. Discussion of all building level administrators' contracts as listed for 2017-2018, and discussion of extra duty assignments for 2016-2017, disclosure of which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and/or federal law, all pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute Section 307B, 1 and 7.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 15B, acknowledge the board's return to open session. Only items in Agenda 15 were discussed in executive session. No votes were taken. This will constitute the minutes of the executive session. Agenda item 16, vote on the actions set out in the personnel reports, page 54 in your
I
agenda.
make a motion, we approve the action set out in personnel reports.
Second?
Discussion? Nope, no discussion. Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 17, recommendation, consideration, action upon the building level administrator's contract as listed for 2017-2018 without specification for salary or assignment, page 55 on your agenda.
Make a motion, we approve building administrator's contract.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 18, action upon recommendation of extra duty assignments as listed for 2016-2017, pages 56 and 57 on the agenda.
I make a motion, we approve the extra duty assignments as listed for 2016-2017.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 19, recommendation, consideration, and action to accept any resignations offered since the posting of the agenda.
Madam President, we have one to consider. And it's now in front of you, and will be shortly. Kaylee Abbott, who has been on leave of absence, and recommend approval of her resignation effective.
I make a motion, we approve the resignation of Kaylee Abbott.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 20, discussion and possible action on new business not known about or could not have been reasonably foreseen at the time of the posting of the agenda.
We have none.
Madam
Agenda item
President?
21.
Madam President, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.